We're not even finished with the premier VALORANT tournament of 2023, and all North American teams have been knocked out. And with the news that North America's most beloved player has been let go from one of these teams, everyone's been asking, what is going on with NA? Hey y'all, just a quick reminder that we have merch. Check it out with the link in the description or I will cry. And nobody wants to see Liz cry. I am back, baby. I know it's been a while since I've talked to you on Don't At Me, and honestly, very few things would coax me back with such passion. 1, a Golden Lovers reunion. 2, Konosuke Takeshita. And 3, the bull that has been the ongoing discussion this week about North American VALORANT. Maybe bull isn't the right word, but honestly, I need to shock y'all into listening to my return. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, the VCT Lock-in tournament has been going on since mid-February, and every single North American team has been knocked out. Sentinels were out after a single game, EG and C9 were knocked out after 2, and NRG and 100 Thieves held on for 3, but then eventually fell. With such a complete and quick exit of NA teams from the tournament, discussions flared up once again about NA being the worst region, or just people finding humor in the washed region. But terrible tournament results isn't the only shocking thing that has happened in the region recently. Last week, Ye, NA's darling, who some consider to be the best in the world, was rumored to have parted ways with C9, which, judging by these reactions, people didn't see coming and are even having a hard time believing. And this news was confirmed by Cloud9 on March 1st.
We had the opportunity to pick up Ye, and we were super excited because he is and was the best player in VALORANT at that point in time. So you don't pass up an opportunity like that, and the fact that he wanted to join us was super exciting.
One of the big things addressing, the role issues that have, been around Cloud9 even before I came here, we are still trying to figure those things out, and so we're more so looking forward towards the future of the team with everything. That we need to try to correct some of these things because, comps are going to keep changing, metas are going to change, and, flexibility and role issues are something we need to continue to look forward to, like addressing and fixing as the team goes on.
Because these role issues weren't getting cleared up, after working on this for some time, we decided it's probably best to mutually part ways, let Ye figure out, what is the best team for him to be on while we sort out these issues without him.
Cloud9's CEO, Jack, and VALORANT head coach, MCE, basically said they had role issues before they bought Ye, and when the team didn't perform, dropped or mutually parted ways with Ye to continue to work on those role issues. Real quick, for those of you who might be confused, VALORANT is a game heavily dependent on the type of character that you play. Each team has a different type of player, an initiator, a controller, a duelist, and a sentinel, and a fifth known as a flex. In a since deleted tweet, Ye's response was officially an unrestricted free agent. Role issues were definitely the reason for me departing, and the team/coach definitely agreed with me being removed. We'll address it further in a video or stream. To quote Bala, somebody really dropped the ball and screwed up here. Or as we would say in Jersey, a load of f***ing bullshit. And although it may seem counterintuitive at first, despite Ye's raw mechanical power, his current presented agent pool actually makes him quite difficult to fit into current partnered or challengers teams.
Imagine Ye goes to Europe for, I don't know who. It's too hard. I don't know what's gonna happen. I feel like Jack will have a hard time selling him, so he's just gonna be stuck in contract jail. Ye might become a streamer straight up, just like me for real.
Yeah, I don't think any of these teams are gonna pick him up like the NA teams.
Maybe like M80 or Guard. I don't think those guys will either. Cause like
he's in a scenario, huh?
All of this being said, this may seem all doom and gloom for North America, especially when our teams didn't perform to our expectations. But I would like to propose that NA is not actually as down bad as you think. This is a single elimination tournament. Every game is do or die, and it's a whole new meta with new teams. That can be exciting, but it also can be pretty unforgiving. Had NRG won the 16-18 overtime on their final map against Loud, they would have been the team that qualified instead. But I might be cherry picking the best team in North America. So what about the other NA teams? C9 beat my boys Paper X in a pretty dominant fashion, and then faced and lost to an incredibly strong DRX, and other team that is qualified, e.g. lost to Talon Esports in very close maps, and again, Sentinels lost to an incredibly strong Fnatic. Your reminder that Durka went Durka mode going plus 20. Again, that was just one match. You have a whopping sample size of 1 to base your claims of Sentinels on. And the fact that this massive international tournament is single elimination has been a pretty big point of contention within the community, especially from the teams.
3 NA teams are already out. Did you expect more out of those teams? Do you think it puts more pressure on Sentinels and 100 Thieves to go far in this tournament?
I think it's an unfair question given the ridiculous format that we're kind of competing in here. I mean, half of the teams are going home before you even play a match. So yeah, I mean, there's going to be NA teams that went home unless they went all the way in their side of the bracket.
Former Sentinels analyst Weltis made a good thread back in January talking about the randomness, or in smart people words, variance of the game that is Valorant and why a single elimination isn't the way to go at the highest level. He said, a better team can simply lose because these variables swing the wrong way a few too many times. That sucks for the teams, but also for the viewers. You want to know that the teams that reach the final stages of the tournament are the best of them. There is an argument that this format doesn't actually allow a fair chance for that to happen. The global head of Valorant esports, Leo Freya, actually went into the Wiseman podcast to defend the decision for the tournament format, saying that they didn't want a long tournament or long days for everyone involved. He also talked about how he didn't want viewers to feel like they were forced to pick a stream if they were to multi-stream, which was a common suggestion once the tournament format was announced.
Sports are all about personalities, right? People tune in because they like the pros, because they like the teams, because they have affinity and fandom for an individual. It's all about the storylines and the rivalries and who's on top and who's not. When you have multi-streams, you're forcing viewers to choose to watch match A or match B. And if there's something really nice happening on matchup A, and you're watching matchup B, you're simply not following that storyline. So we can't develop fandom, right? Like, it gets into the way of creating those stories. So that's why I don't like BO1s for anything. I think that's one of the big challenges. And of course, it also fragments viewership, which is just, I think, bad. But the other big reason, and this one is very specific to Lock-in, is, remember, the goal of Lock-in is to introduce the new partner teams to the world. If you have a matchup, and let's just be honest and transparent here, some teams are more popular than others. So if you have a matchup with 2 really popular teams and a matchup with not so yet popular teams, guess what's going to happen? No one is going to watch that matchup B, which means those teams are not getting introduced to the world as we want to.
This, in my opinion, is a defense that is valid for what Leo is trying to defend, which is the production and the viewers. This format directly caters to viewers' needs of their ease of watching the games. What it doesn't defend is Leo's own stated goal of introducing less known Valorant teams to the audience. One team being eliminated after one match isn't exactly the greatest introduction. It also doesn't cater to the players flying all the way to Brazil. And may I remind you, there are stakes with this tournament. The winning region gets an extra slot for their region at Masters. There's only one Masters this year. One bad tournament could ruin a team's entire competitive year. All of this being said, let me be extremely clear when I say NA did not perform extremely well in this tournament. We lost, we're out. The thesis that I'm trying to get you to accept is that calling NA washed after this tournament is jumping to conclusions very hastily. Could it be an indication of what is to come? Is it upsetting and worrying to see C9 drop Ye where he might not find a home here? Yes, all of this is true. I am fully prepared to see NA flop in Masters Tokyo. I'm also fully prepared to see NA thrive in Tokyo. There is a lot of time between then and now, and a lot of scrims to play and a lot of games to play in each league. Until then, I hold out hope and I defend our players and coaches and staff because, call me an optimist, but I believe in them. The Golden Lovers, if you don't know who the Golden Lovers, all you need to do is look up Kota Ibushi and Kenny Omega and click on the video that's them like reuniting. That's a spoiler, kind of, not really. And cry. That video will make anyone cry. I don't care if you don't watch wrestling. I don't care if you like hate wrestling. It'll make you cry. It's like, it's the most iconic, like they are soulmates and I will not be taking any questions. None. Thank you very much. Goodbye.